gift. No.
Next person is Yi Song.
哦，那儿这是下。那个 Ryan， Sorry, yeah. Ryan, the gift. Yeah. Yeah, 去。Yeah.
Alright, congrats to all the winners, and now we'll be moving into our second segment, which is where we're going to have a few guest speeches. So, you guys can return your seat, and then we'll have
Chris.
Director Boyd say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing? Great. Good. Thanks for coming out tonight. My name is Christina Ploy. I'm Chinese American. My great-grandparents came from China, and my great-grandfather came to the U.S. in the 1800s, in the late 1800s, and sent for my great-grandmother to join him in 1916 in Baltimore, Maryland. So my family has been in Maryland for over a century. And I grew up here, I was born here, and grew up in Montgomery County, so Rockville is actually my hometown. So I'm happy to be here. And I work for the governor of Maryland. Do you know who the governor is? Who's the governor is? Thank you. Do you know who the lieutenant governor is? Aruna Miller. And she is from Montgomery County too. And she's the first Asian American, first immigrant-born lieutenant governor of the state of Maryland. Did you know that? Yes. And do you know who the Secretary of State of Maryland is? Susan Lee. Susan Lee, yes. We go up here. And Susan Lee is the first Asian American Secretary of State of Maryland. She's also Chinese American, like myself, and her family's from the same area of China as my family is originally from. These are just little trivia tidbits for you so that you know who some of your officials are in the state of Maryland. So I work for the governor. I work for the Governor's Office of Community Initiatives, and I'm the Administrative Director of the Governor's Commission on Asian Pacific American Affairs, which includes East Asians, Southeast Asians, and Pacific Islanders. And I'm also the Administrative Director of the Governor's Commission on South Asian American Affairs. When I say South Asian American Affairs, that includes India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Myanmar, etc. So that's about me. Before I worked for this administration, I worked in education. I used to work for the Gates Millennium Scholars Program for over 14 and a half years. So I know a little bit about education and what it can do for students, and it's not just their students, for the students themselves to get an education, but it also affects their families and their communities. Because these students, when they go to college, they become role models, not just for their families, but their whole communities, where they worship, where they play soccer, where they paint and do art and practice their music and play in an orchestra and things like that. So they become role models for other people. They also go back and a lot of times become mentors. And that's kind of what Peerblooms, is about. It's that combination of using technology, thinking outside the box. It's a combination of having that business, corporate structure, but also using volunteers to help educate and to help support the education of students and children and those with special needs. And what I like about this, it also mentions in the presentation that Eddie gave us, and thank you, Eddie, for that presentation, is that it also provides for those who may have need base. So it's just not a for-profit, but it's also getting back to those who may not have the sufficient funds. And that's another thing that I like about that program. I mean, 3 out of 10 of the governor's top priorities include making Maryland a place for student success, for bringing business into Maryland and providing jobs to Marylanders. And sorry, I'm gonna take a look at my notes. I have one more, and making Maryland a state of service. So it's combining the 3 of those top 10 priorities with Peerblooms. So this is a new program. We wish you luck with it, all the best. And thank you all for coming out this evening, and I'm sure there's gonna be some other speakers. So I'm gonna leave some time for that. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Director Boyd, for your words. Next, can we invite Dr. Kang up to the stage to share about Promise and a few other stuff?
Great. Thank you for having me. My name is Veronica Kang. My Korean name is Kang Minji. So I'm Korean. I was born in the U.S., but I speak Korean fluently, and I consider myself multicultural and multilingual. So I think the initiative of Peerblooms, really thinking about that intersection of communities who might benefit from additional resources such as Peerblooms, and then also those coming from maybe different language or cultural background. I think it's really a great initiative that Peerbloom is thinking about. So I'm an assistant professor of special education at the University of Maryland. So that is my main role. What do I do at the university? So I do mainly teaching and some research and also some community engagement and service. So one of the exciting projects that I have been really fortunate to be a part of is our Promise Summer Camp. It stands for Promoting Meaningful Interaction and Social Engagement. And we have been very grateful that we have been running that program here at CCACC Academy, thanks to Ms. Everyone. And we also have the president or CEO of Peerblooms, Eddie, along with his colleagues who are also part of our Promise Summer Camp, which we're really grateful for. So Promise Summer Camp really focuses on allowing big buddies, so high school students, university undergraduate or graduate students, to work together with their little buddies. There are usually 4 to around 15-year-old children and youth with autism or other types of neurodivergent identities, so that we create opportunities for friendship and talking about different social communication skills and also culture and identity, because we believe that's really important to look at the different identities that we all come from. And we really try to think about it as, we're not trying to help or fix or treat anybody. Our goal is to really use a strength-based approach and create a social group, because we consider our little buddies and our parents as equal partners. So I always try to remind myself that humility is really important in my work. So I'm really excited that Peerbloom will really be a bridge, hopefully, for families, maybe parents, or volunteers or instructors, so that they can be equal partners with, really collaborating with humility and respect, because I think that kind of impact can really, influence a lot of people, like high school students who are thinking of different career development perhaps, or maybe even those who are trying to engage in some community leadership through their classes or their programs. So thank you for all the work you're doing. I hope that this will really have a lot of impact to really learn from parents who are using. I think in one of your feedback, one of the bullet points that you want to get feedback from users and really try to integrate. I think that's really important, because I think really coming with open ear and open mind to really have the humility to learn from each other is a really important aspect of community engagement. So thanks for all of your work. Thank you for all being here, and congratulations again on Peerblooms.
All Alright, for our final speaker, I'm going to invite Ms. Sadia Pervez onto the stage. Could you please give her a round of applause?
Hello, good evening. Thank you for being here and thank you for supporting Addie. And Addie, you did great. It was such a wonderful presentation and you speak so eloquently. So I need to take classes from you. My name is Sadia and I am from Pakistan. And my background, my master's is in political science, but when I came here, I did Montessori teaching course. So I was in a classroom for 20 plus years, and I also teach adult learners. So right now I am teaching those classes, and I have been teaching for 10 plus years to adult learners, and I just love it. And a little bit about that, it's really wonderful that we are addressing today's need, and what Addie started with that, and Montessori is based on that. Montessori started with that image, having that vision that, okay, we need to serve everybody. It's not just about one aspect of one type of students. We need to serve everybody. So that's what Montessori is all about. So thank you very much. Long time ago, I read, excellence is not a skill, it's an attitude. So I thought about it, and I said, okay, how can I apply it? So the way I understood that quote is that excellence is how you show up. If you have a great attitude, if you work hard, and if you care what you do, you are excellent. Excellence is not about perfection. You always thrive towards perfection. You work hard and you improve yourself every day. But you have with that attitude, and you are excellent and you're great in that. And it starts from today. Thank you for taking that initiative, because they say there's no tomorrow. It really starts today. What you do today will affect you tomorrow. Whatever you put in today will bring the fruit for tomorrow. So thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And I read one more wonderful quote when I was, I believe, 7 or 8 years old. I don't know who said that, but it was, life is 90% how you take it, and 10% how you make it. So we really need to have perspective, and thank you so much, Andy. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Alright, I just want to give a thanks again to all the speakers who just went. I appreciate you guys for making time in your schedules and actually showing up to the event to give a little presentation. So again, can you just give a round of applause? Alright, so for our next event, we're going to do another round of the raffles, and then after that, we're going to have our local nonprofit organization representatives speak a little bit about their programs. So can I please call up all the representatives of Seeds, Reunited Foundation, and Surrect? Come up. I'll have one of them draw 2, and then everyone else just gets 1 because we have 4 prizes left. So. Alright, first one, Justin Scout is already on the stage. Andrew Song.
Andrew.
snow raffle. So we'll just move on to our next thing now. We're gonna have each nonprofit speak a little bit about themselves and about their programs. So we'll first start off with seeds, and then everyone else can return their seats.